So in crypto, there's a saying that says, when in doubt, zoom out. We know that everyone's faith in crypto was really shaken by yesterday's price action. And that's completely understandable. Of course, it was a very, very rough day. It also seems altcoins have completely reversed course. And yesterday's capitulation could easily mean today's catapult, but not for all of them. We're now seeing a flight to quality, thank God, and I mean that literally. So today I'll show you why we're still in a bull market, why volatility is normal, and why it should potentially even be embraced. I'll explain why you should probably try to take advantage of a market's overreaction, and why, as a contrarian investor, or according to the contrarian method, the best risk reward strategies, trades, or plays are on days like this. And hello, if you're new, my name is Jessica. Without further ado, let's get started with today's video. First, as always, we're going to cover Bitcoin's price. It is still battling at 87,000 at the time of this video. That said, if you know me and if you've been following my content and if you've done your fundamental macro market analysis and you understand Bitcoin fundamentally, programmably, then you will know that based off of inflation, based off of so many factors, Bitcoin is gonna pump. We've had people like Larry Fink say that he expects, a Bitcoin up to, what was it, 500,000, at least a $350,000 Bitcoin. And this is somebody who doesn't speak lightly, as CEO of BlackRock. So I do not think there's anything for us to be worried about regarding Bitcoin or Bitcoin's price right now. We're going to get into this in further detail in this video, but a price correction, as we're seeing now, which is not even 20%, is normal, right? It's normal, but there are big events happening in the market that do justify some of our fear. Now, the only people who would be fearful of Bitcoin at this price would be people who could get liquidated, right? Anyone who's borrowed against their Bitcoin holdings, that it's only those people that would be, that could potentially be worried. That, and if you're new, right? Which sounds like perhaps these institutional funds holding Bitcoin's ETFs, or selling them rather, may be demonstrating, as they've all been selling in large quantities at historic levels. So we'll get into that. Just brace yourself. It's not the best news. Although at the very end, I will share some really good different facts, charts, and data points that tell me and will tell you or explain to you why it's not over, why the market's actually showing really great signs, and how, while we can't read the market or predict the market, it doesn't matter. Bitcoin is going to go up in value tremendously. It's being adopted globally, and everything in between is just the journey. Like literally, it's the journey. That said, I'm going to skim over this picture shared to us by Runner XBT, and they say this is the worst February for Bitcoin since 2014, right? But anyway, once again, I take this so lightly, and I would encourage you to also listen to it, but don't be devastated by this news, because this bull run and this cycle is very, very different. It's completely different, actually, from all past bull runs. And the factors and the historical events and the mass adoption and everything is so far from anything that the crypto space has ever experienced that we cannot compare it to past cycles. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's the lowest for Bitcoin since 2014. We'll keep moving on. And as I was saying a moment ago, what are these big events that are happening in the market? Because it's not just Bitcoin. Let's read what Kobetsi Letter shares with us here. But they say, current situation is this. Stocks are falling like the trade war is officially back. 2, the US dollar is falling like the trade war is over. 3, crypto is falling like the bear market just started. 4, treasury yields are falling like rate cuts are back. Oil prices are falling like we are entering a recession. Gold is falling like we are on track for a soft landing. It's simply a rush to the sidelines. Okay, so this is just across the markets in general. We have the whole trade battle going on right now. There's literally so much going on that it's all really quite understandable, right? The market, the market doesn't like a lot of news, period. So if it's not good news or it's very uncertain sort of news that has everyone in suspense, like this trade war situation, it's a natural natural reaction, but it doesn't change what Bitcoin fundamentally is. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to remember. And then here we have Kevin Svensson also pointing out the fact that this is nothing new or abnormal. If anything, if I zoom in on this picture, you would see how this bull run, this cycle, every cycle is like 2 years, how it compares to the last bull run. Let me just read what he says. He says, Bitcoin is currently down 20% from its all-time high, making this so far the smallest pullback of the cycle. Historically, bull markets have a 30 to 40% dip before they continue their journey up. It's like I've said before, every time you see a dip, it's like a swimmer taking a deep breath. You know, it's like you need a deep breath. We were swimming earlier today. That's why I bring up the analogy. Right. So as Crypto Jack shares here on the screen as well, if you had to measure how the market is doing, right? In general, there's like this range, right? Right now we're in extreme fear, which, as awful as it sounds and feels, means that the market can only go up from here. And it's just historically typically followed by some sort of bounce, right? So it's actually a good thing in the big picture of things. That's why I said in the intro, you have to zoom out. When you're in doubt, you zoom out. But all right, we also have Plan B sharing with us here. I guess Plan B is a technical analyst. I know that he's well respected, which is why I'm sharing his content with you. But some people are saying, and he says that if we see a V-shaped recovery, which basically all good tokens and all good projects and all blue chip, right? Technically all types of tokens, when they're good and they have real value and real utility, they always bounce back in a V. And those are the ones that you know are good, right? So they're kind of stating the obvious, but I'll tell you my commentary on it. So he says, if we see a V-shaped recovery after this dip in the next week or so, then that confirms, he thinks, that we are still in a bull market. So I don't agree with this statement just right off the bat. Like, I know what he's saying, and I don't agree with the general concept of a V bounce back, but I definitely think we're still in a bull market. So I wouldn't contemplate the potential use in his language on if maybe, we're still in a bull market. I don't agree with that. I think we are. I don't think anything changed there. That's it, right? He's being a little too specific, but I get what he's saying. And this is a sort of general also idea floating around in the market. So that's why I'm bringing it to you. So let's keep moving on. Next, as I was mentioning a moment ago, it's not just the crypto market. It's like all the macro market, like the whole macro market, right? But we know that basically, I'm going to zoom in for you. This was shared by Farside Investors, that yesterday we had a historic outflow of value, investors pulling their money out, family offices, funds, like pulling their money out from the Bitcoin ETF. Now, mind you, we don't know if this is market manipulation. We don't know if this is coordinated. We don't know if this is intentional in order to shake us all out so that then they can come in and buy it for cheaper. We literally don't know. This could also be, I don't think so, but maybe it could be mass institutional, right? Old money, like panic selling, right? Maybe not. And maybe it's coordinated. And maybe not. But the point is, there is a lot going on in the market, as I shared a moment ago by Kobesi Letter. So selling in general right now it shouldn't be so shocking. But remember that the true believers hold. So that's all you actually need to take from this, is that there are enough whales and believers in the market right now to keep and sustain Bitcoin at the price that it is. So that's very powerful, considering Bitcoin was worth just pennies or $100 like not too long ago, right? It's incredible. So anyway, moving on, apparently the crypto asset sentiment index flashed a contrarian buy signal for Bitcoin, for contrarian type investors, which basically means it's like, as the saying goes, right? Like, be fearful when everyone's greedy and be greedy when everyone's fearful. So it's like contrarian, doing the opposite of what the market feels is usually a good time, because everyone gets scared, all the paper hands, everyone gets scared and leaves and runs away. And so then smart money comes in and buys. So right now, as Andre puts it, the risk reward appears to be quite favorable at these prices. So yeah, but that said, obviously don't invest or buy anything that will affect your daily living, right? Your daily expenses. But anyway, moving on, just now starting to shift into the part of the video where I share what is positive that's going on in the market and why what we should be happy about, maybe excited about. So let's get started. So as you can see on my screen, this is just the general path of adoption of like all major tech or inventions basically. And you can see where Bitcoin is. I'll zoom in for you, like this little black dot on this huge adoption slope. And you can see how it compares to other revolutionary fintech inventions, right? Like online banking, the equivalent of where online banking was in the beginning, 1996, or social media in 2025, or the internet. So you can see, following this curve, how much more we have to go before we can ever say that it's over for Bitcoin. You know, we just got started. So, okay, so some more good news is that even though Bitcoin's price is dropping, as we see here shared to us by Stock Money Lizards on X, they say, you know, Bitcoin's price is dropping at the same time that Bitcoin dominance is dropping, meaning Bitcoin's value in the market compared to other, like the whole market cap, the whole crypto market, right? So this means that we are forming a local bottom for altcoins as Bitcoin's dropping, right? So they go on to say, this is another idea out there, is that he says, not saying we cannot drop more here. This has not been the case for a long time. It definitely feels like altcoins may have seen the worst in terms of sentiment. So let's see, maybe this is the beginning of the bounce back of the altcoin season, because we also have Stock Money Lizards sharing this tweet that says, let me just read it, right? Like, to piggyback off of that last tweet and thought, Bitcoin dominance is down with ETH Bitcoin pair, right? Demonstrating a strong recovery. Most alts have formed higher lows. Some MKR or SAY have even continued to pump. So it all looks like we will see an altcoin rally when Bitcoin starts moving up again. Money rotation has officially started. So how exciting is that potential? That's what these recent indicators tell us might be happening. So I'm an eternal optimist, although I am very realistic about when things are down, when the market is down. But I always because I understand Bitcoin fundamentally, I know it's only going to go up in value. So I'm not actually worried about this. If anything, this last shakeout and everything has really just made me realize like, I don't want to be in meme coins. I don't want to be in meme coins. I don't want to cover meme coins. I don't want to get near anything that is not going to have like real long-term value and contribution to the world and to humanity, and that's it, right? So I'm done with all of that, and I think that has been a bit of a general consensus or feeling amongst the crypto OGs, everyone who's been here for some time, or maybe you've even realized this and maybe this is your second bull run. This is my second bull run. So it's just been a really like awakening moment to shift back towards value and real utility and first principles, right? So anyway, let's read a little bit more about what's happening. So right now, as shared by Lunar Crush Analytics, they're a great analytics platform tool. They basically give us some different percentages and like show us the ratio of value and attention right now, which is really demonstrated by those that are left standing in the market, which are mostly OGs and people that believe in the tokens they're holding, and they've been here for a while maybe, and are like fundamentalists, right? Or like diamond hands. So these numbers matter right now. When the market's overinflated and there's all this like fake volume and fake like newcomers and everything, not to say we don't welcome newcomers, but if people are just jumping in because something like is so, like a meme or something like that, then something with no real utility, then those numbers are kind of hard to take into account, right? So anyway, the numbers that I'm reading to you now, these matter. So they go on to say the top 3 coins right now for mindshare are Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. Right? The blue chips. We know this. And they account for 59.3%, almost 60% of all social activity across crypto, because Lunar Crush follows socials, right? Social accounts. The top 10 coins, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, also including XRP, Doge, Pepe, ADA, Trump, Shiba, and S, account for 81.45. So just subtract the 60%, right? Approximate 60% of mind share across all social media represented through Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Subtract that from the 81.45%, and you're looking at a little over 20% more, right? Is the mind share of every other token I just mentioned, except for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, right? So now consider the fact that there are 11.9 million coins out there. And I only mentioned 10 of them that have a little over 80% mind share. in the crypto market, which we know that money flows where attention goes. So that like tells you what the crypto values are right now in the real crypto community, not the degens, right? Like the real crypto community. So anyway, this is fantastic, guys. And that's what I was trying to tell you, is there seems to be a real shift towards quality. We have income sharks here also harping in on this point, saying, I counted 7 memes in the top 100. Meme coins over 1 billion market cap, only 5 of them. Until the probabilities change, you have almost a 15 times higher chance of riding a utility microcap or a little project, a little crypto company that's actually useful, right? A utility token to the top 100 or billion when you do a meme. So right now it's like the attention's shifted. You will do better and you'd be more profitable just believing in a project that's actually useful and a real tech and solving a real problem in the world. You'd be better off investing in them times 15 than following and doing well with a meme coin right now. And then he goes on to say, this is simple math that one hit meme wonders won't ever tell you, right? So everyone who's created these memes and, you know, these garbage coins, like they're never going to tell you this, right? They're just going to tell you, hey, buy my coin, and they'll get you to FOMO into it, right? Peer pressure. But yeah, and then here, this is the chart demonstrating we've come full circle, guys, with pump.fun, the meme coin extravaganza, giant like bull run of its own. It's like they sabotaged. It's like the crypto space branched off. Like it was Bitcoin and altcoins, and now it's like Bitcoin, altcoins, and then there was like memes and meme coins like front ran. Is that how you say it? Front ran. There we go. It's like meme coins front ran the traditional cycle or phases, you know? Anyway, let's just read some stats. So this is what it looks like, you know, it's over. Like we're back down to like the beginning. So apparently there were 87,170 coins created. 4 coins, almost 88,000 coins, okay? Only 4 of them have greater than $100 million market caps. These were Fartcoin, ARK, ACK, and Peanut. 40 coins over 10 million, 250 coins over 1 million, 79 coins below, 79,000 below 100K market caps. Yeah, seems to be the way it goes. Anyway, that said, with the market being down, and this is like the first sign of the flight towards quality, we can see that while the market is down, DeFi, which is real, like tangible, useful technology, the mind share is up for decentralized finance. So this is what I was trying to say in my intro on how, yes, the market is down. Yes, Bitcoin is shaky and uncertain. You know, there's a lot going on a political level, political, economical level. It affects the whole market. It's definitely affecting the crypto market. But in the meantime, it seems we're finally seeing a rotation of capital into altcoins. So we just have to wait for Bitcoin to pump again. And very likely we'll be looking at the kickoff of altcoin season, the parabolic phase. So I certainly hope so. But in the meantime, I'm not despairing, and I hope you're not despairing. And I hope you're just hanging on. Don't lose faith in Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin's going to the moon. It'll be worth millions of dollars someday, at least $1 million. And Larry thinks it'll be worth up to 500,000 potentially this cycle. So a lot of great things happening in the market too. So just hang tight, and I will catch you guys here in my video tomorrow. Bye.